Serene, central Minnesota is home to AJ Horses, where Andra Olson, a veteran cowboy-mounted shooter with multiple world championships to her credit, and her business partner Jim Hanson, also a world champion at this popular sport, train horses and teach people the fine art of firing six guns off a moving horse. Well, Andra, we have a little journey planned for me today. You're going to make me into a cowboy-mounted shooter.
Sure are.
Where do we start?
Well, let's start with the guns. In the sport of mounted shooting, the gun is a single-action .45. Okay, it's a Colt .45. There are different casings on these guns. This is the traditional blued Colt with a walnut grip. This is a hardened chromed, which is a harder finish, which is, really good for the black powder. That can be kind of corrosive to these guns. Then we have to get you set up on a holster to make sure that the holsters fit you properly. And there are different types of holsters. These are the front holsters, which they will be in front of you, and it makes for quick holstering. There's an angle in them, and I'll kind of show you how the angles benefit the rider. One is, we've got them separated, so when you're pulling your first gun out of the holster, you don't advance the hammer.
Oh yeah, you don't want to...
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want to shoot yourself in the leg.
No. So there is a lot of safety with this and proper technique in the holstering.
Well, let me ask you this. This is black powder blank ammunition, right?
Yes, it is.
But it still can be very dangerous,
Absolutely.
correct?
Remember, anytime you're dealing with a firearm, they may tell you that it's a blank, the ammo is a blank, but it's a firearm. There's always safety issues anytime you're handling one.
And this is a six-shooter,
yes,
right?
It is. Single action.
Do you do like they used to say, where there's always one cylinder empty?
Absolutely.
One chamber empty?
You only put 5 shells in here.
So that the hammer can rest on an empty chamber.
Exactly. And then I showed you that holster. There's another type of holstering system. This one is your cross straw. Mm-hmm. And this one rests down on your hip.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Now, it takes longer because you're moving your arm across your body and back over to the other side. And there's a lot of times where there's quick holstering. If you're quick enough, it's all right. Otherwise,
it would seem like it might, if you were holding the reins up here and you're having to reach all the way around, it might be a little bit awkward.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. But what fits the rider? You have to try and see, and you've already noticed that, so this one probably isn't the best for you.
And the other thing that people have probably realized already is that we're going to shoot both guns with the same hand. It's not like the old double quick draw thing.
No,
because we're holding the reins with the other hand.
Absolutely. You have to drive the horse with depending if you're left-handed or right hand. One hand is riding the horse, the other is shooting the targets.
This sport goes through lots of balloons. An assembly table with an air compressor is a time-saving accessory Andra and Jim have developed. They've also done something special for the horse. Jim, you've developed your own blanketing system here for these horses. Tell me about it.
Our idea with the blanketing is to have the different layers of blanket underneath the saddle against the horse's back. And the idea of the layers is to limit the amount of movement that there is between the saddle and the horse's back so that it isn't directly on their back to help them keep from getting sore. So what we've done here is we basically have 3 layers. We have an under blanket that's attached underneath that you can remove and wash. And then the padding system is another blanket made like a pocket, and you also can put different thicknesses of pad depending on your horse's back, which also you can remove it and wash the padding also.
Very nice. Okay, Jim, what in the world is this?
Well, these are horse ear plugs.
Horse ear plugs. Okay, I can see why they would need them.
Absolutely. These guns are very loud, and as you'll see today, we'll be shooting right by the horse's head, so they need protection just as well as we do.
You guys actually invented these.
We did. We invented them, and we manufacture them right here at AJ Horses.
How do you teach a horse to tolerate something like this in his ear?
Well, it's not really too much of a process. It takes a little time because naturally anything foreign in the horse's ears, they don't like it. But over time, you just keep working with them, rubbing the ear, just kind of spending time putting the earplugs in and out, and eventually they get used to them. And especially after you start shooting, they like them.
Yeah, I can imagine. So is Cowboy used to this? Is he ready to have?
Yep, he's used to this, and I'll show you how you do that.
Okay.
And I'll slide this one in the ear. We just kind of keep the ear from moving around, like this, and you can just slide the ear plug in, and you just want to push it in so it's snug.
Uh-huh. Now let me see if I can do it over on this side.
Okay.
Hey.
There.
Now, besides protecting the horse's ears, we want to protect human ears as well, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's, now everybody doesn't use the earplugs, you know, for us, but I do. My ears are a little more sensitive, so I find it very important, you know, that we use these as well. Okay, now Rick, we got you all holstered up and you got your guns.
And they are empty.
They are empty. We checked to see if they're
And I
not
checked.
loaded. And you checked. Never take anyone's word.
No, I don't.
Okay, and what I'm gonna have you do is go through this stage, and we're gonna do what you call dry fire. Now, they're not loaded, but you're gonna go ahead and fire them just like they were loaded. And that way you can practice the stage, and you'll practice your holstering as you're going also.
And I don't get to look when I put the one back in and grab the other one. That has to be by feel.
Exactly. And if you don't get it right away, just keep going until you get it and then draw your other one out. But
So
don't
never
get in a
look
hurry.
down.
Never look down.
Never look down.
Never look down.
Okay. Words of wisdom.
But he sees he's gonna tell.
Yep. Bam. Well, and he's using a little too much rein. He just needs to lean a little bit more and not too much neck reining. Bam. Couple little issues.
You mean besides knocking over the barrel?
Besides knocking over the barrel and a cone. Okay, what you want to do is try to let your body maneuver the horse as much as your rein handle.
Okay.
So as you're coming to a turn, kind of lean with him, and he'll take that as a cue.
Okay.
So actually when we're maneuvering out through these patterns, it's more of natural cueing. So as you lean and your body shifts into him, he'll naturally go that way.
Okay,
So try
I
a
got
little more leaning, a little less neck reining, and maybe shorten up on your reins a little bit.
Okay.
There you go.
And this one is the first gun.
That's the first gun. You put that away, slide your hand down to the second gun. There you go.
Take the second one.
There you go.
I can put that one back in without looking. Yes, Andra.
Smoother with your movement, not so jerky. You want
There
it
you go.
smooth.
Yep.
Boom. Yes. Yep. Otherwise, you get floppy and.
I want to think like a ballet dancer.
Yeah. No. We want you.
It is. There is a definite rhythm to it, especially with the quick holstering stages where you have like a fraction of a second to holster. It has to be done with smoothness and rhythm. No quick jams or quick jerks.
Probably, I would guess this is one of those things that the slower you go in the beginning, the faster you get it.
Exactly,
Yes.
and that's how we start everybody. We start them slow so that they get into the natural rhythm of it and they get used to everything with a rhythm. There you go. Yeah. Kick. Kick. Nice big turn at the top. Oh, he got it again. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna go up there and show it.
And I busted my shin twice. Ah! God, that hurts.
You gotta remember to stay away from the barrels.
You know, I don't need to neck rein this guy at all.
Not really.
I don't think.
No, not really.
I got the guns right that time,
You
right?
did, yep. You got your holsters. You looked like you were shooting the guns in the right rhythm. And I think just like up at the top, remember just to keep him going and just lean with him a little more.
Yeah.
And if he's crowding you to the barrel, use your inside leg and kick
Move
him
him
a
out.
little, and that should push him out away
Yeah.
from it.
How come this one balloon is so short? Is that just...
Well, the idea is to
Break it up?
for a person to realize where you're shooting and not everything the same height, so that it's all too much the same.
Okay.
Because even in the competitions, a lot of times they'll have some on a barrel that are way high, and they'll have some that are almost on the ground. So you have to get used to fluctuating how you shoot them.
I got it.
Well, he's kind of figured out he doesn't have to rein him much, and look how much better that is. He's just kind of leaning with him more. There you go, kick, kick, kick.
Was that any better?
That was a lot better. You need to go after him like you mean it.
Like, I'm mad at that balloon. I want to take it out.
Right.
Well, lean way forward.
Yep,
There we go.
There you go.
That's it.
At AJ Horses in Monticello, Minnesota, Andra Olson and Jim Hanson gave me my first shot at cowboy mounted shooting. With their help and some practice, and more help and more practice, I finally seemed to get the hang of it.
Yeah! That was good.
I got them all, didn't I?
That was good. You got them all.
So whose job is it to come out here and pick up all the little pieces of balloon?
You know what? We don't. They're biodegradable, and you can't believe they go away.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, you think, is he going to
Well,
really
watch it.
show me up here?
He's going to show you up.
Oh,
I hate to
man.
tell you. He's going to
That's
show
okay.
you up.
You got to have some inspiration.
He's
Here
going
he
to show
comes.
you up.
Whack, whack, whack.
The
There he
cowboy
goes.
whip.
Yeah.
There you go. Set him up.
All right.
That was a good run. Good run.
He could be in the movies. Now, is that the same horse I was riding? Come on, tell me the truth.
I did switch him on
You switched. Thank you. Okay, Andrew, you've got the balloons all set out there in a certain pattern. It's not called a pattern. What is it called?
Well, it's called a stage. They'll either call it a stage or course of fire. But we have a course book which has 53 different patterns in it.
Wow.
I know, and that's the hard part. That's one of the hardest parts, is being able to remember the direction you're supposed to go. Because if you go off the pattern, you're penalized. 10 seconds.
Wow. And this is a timed event, so it matters how fast you do it. It matters that you get the path correct.
Exactly.
And how many balloons you
Exactly,
get.
yeah.
Does style count for anything?
Well, if you're not shooting good, you better look good. So you want to have a style.
Okay.
But the best thing is to be fast, and to be fast, you need to be smooth and accurate.
Okay, okay.
So-
How do you remember it? I mean, that's a lot to remember.
There's a lot to remember out there. You get used to it, and what happens when you come to a shoot, they will draw the stages every day. So, you know, they'll draw 2 patterns for the Friday event, and you'll just know that morning. So you go and you look at the pattern, and it'll tell you, you know, shoot the first white balloon first, the furthest white balloon first, go down round the barrel, shooting the rest of the white balloons, round the top barrel, shoot the 5 red balloons.
So white is always your first 5 shots?
No, there isn't any set pattern. I
Couldn't
can't
be
tell
that
you that. No,
simple.
it couldn't be that simple. But it will tell you in the pattern if it's the white balloon first or the red balloons. Sometimes there's yellow balloons.
Do you go out and do a dry run? Are you able to
No,
actually?
no.
You can't do
can't
that?
go in. The arena is set, and you are to stay out of there.
No kidding.
They have a practice arena where you can warm up, but there's no staging out there.
So when you're going down there, you have not had a chance to get any muscle memory or any pattern stuck in your brain. You're having to think about it for the first time.
Yeah, you have to focus yourself. You look through they'll print out the pattern and they'll post it on the arena fences, they'll post them on the walls in the barn, and you just have to get it in your head, the pattern you're gonna run. You can choose if you're gonna come into them from the left or from the right.
Oh.
It's a matter of your horsemanship and your horse. You know, you think of your horse, which directions he turns better, which direction you turn better, and you put it all together, and you get it memorized in your head, and then you go out there and run your stage.
The rifle and pistol are sometimes used together. I helped reset the course so Jim could give us a demonstration at full speed.
Isn't that fun?
That is awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for teaching me a little bit about cowboy mounted shooting. And thank you, Cowboy. Jim?
You did a great job.
Thank you. A pleasure. Great.
A wonderful student. Really enjoyed
great
you.
teachers.